Howdy guys, and welcome to my tips for round 12 of the season 2017. I had a pretty good week last week. Ended up doing very nicely. I'll have that video here if you're interested in seeing how I went. It was a good week. Very happy with it. Tipped a few upsets and they came through, which is good. Sydney and the Western Bulldogs, SCG, Thursday night, another Thursday night game, which we're very pumped and excited about. We'd like to see footy earlier in the week. And the Swans didn't play last week, and I don't think the Dogs played either. So 2 buys right there. I'm going to go to the Dogs by 22 points. They've had a little bit of the wood over Sydney of late, and I reckon they'll just have the chocolates here. Sydney haven't been in great form of late, and the Dogs have held them pretty well whilst they've been amazing, and the fall from grace has been huge. So the Dogs to win that one. Adelaide and St Kilda at Adelaide Oval. The Crows went down to the Cats by a few goals. And I think the Saints also had a bye there. Crows for mine, they'll come back firing. 37-point winners here. Their home deck, they're very hard to beat there. The Saints don't travel amazingly well most of the time. I think the Crows will just be too seasoned to get the job done and get across the line. Very ruthless at home with their pressure. If they bring that many pressure, they're a great chance to get a big win on the board and come back to what they're after, I suppose. Hawthorn and Gold Coast at the MCG. The Hawks went down to the Power in quite emphatic fashion. Port Adelaide were very good, and Hawthorn went down by a long way. The Gold Coast Suns, a great win over the Eagles for the first time ever, so they'll be very impressed with that. Going to be a close game, this one. I'm going to go the Hawks by 12 points. Don't tip them with a great deal of confidence, but I think being at the MCG should suit them, and if they've got a bit of pride, you'd like to see them get across the line. And Gold Coast haven't been in amazing form and don't travel that great either. So Hawks for mine there. And Brisbane and Fremantle at the Gabba. The Lions had the bye last week, and Fremantle were decent against Collingwood, but couldn't get over the line. Collingwood getting up by 20 points. Freo to bounce back for mine at the Gabba. They had a really big win there last year against the Lions. Done well against them of late, getting to some very low scores, and slight danger game for them. I think Freo by 29 points. It won't be a walk in the park, but I think they should be good enough to get the job done. Moving on to Essendon and Port Adelaide at Etihad Stadium, the Saturday night game here. The Bombers were very gallant in their defeat to GWS. They went down by 16 points, and Port Adelaide, big 50-point plus winners over the Hawks, as I alluded to before. It's going to be a very tight game, this one, I reckon. I'm going to go Port Adelaide by 3 points. I feel like they're the better side in slightly better form at the moment. Charlie Dixon's firing back to his best, and I think Port may have some coming back in. The Bombers will be very hard to beat. They've been playing great footy, a real pressured style of game, and their pace has been, I guess, pulling teams by surprise a little bit. So I reckon the Bombers will give them a great show. I reckon Port just. Carlton and GWS at Etihad Stadium. The Blues had the bye, and the Giants, again, just getting over the line, just banking these wins. Although it's probably another talking point itself, I don't think their injuries are massively, probably as big as they are. It's probably maybe 5 or 6 you'd probably slot back in, and even then, they say, we've got 12 injuries. Well, I don't think they're all amazing players, but that's another talking point. Maybe Shorty Supercoach can go into that one for me. I'll suggest it to him. Back to the game anyway. I'm going to go to the Giants by 15 points. I think, most of the Carlton players are from the Giants, so it's quite an amusing little thing there. Yeah, GWS just have those hard guys in there, and Carlton really play quite an honest type of football, and it's going to be a really interesting game, I reckon. I think it'll be quite close. The Giants have been banking wins, and certainly won't be guaranteed by any means. The Blues can really get the best out of their group and make it very hard for the opposition to do what they want to do. So, very close one with the Giants. And the Queen's birthday Monday clash. We got Melbourne and Collingwood at the MCG as per usual. And the D's had the bye. And Collingwood, well, I've got a big game. Very big game. I'm going to go to the D's by 6 points though. Just feel like Melbourne after a little bit of a break. And I hope they did have a break because I don't remember them playing last weekend. So, yes, look, Pies will be a little bit tired maybe. They'll get a bit of a break, I suppose, but travelling to the West and the House of Pain, as they call it, in the week after, doesn't always work too well. it's a flip of the coin this one, so I'm just picking Melbourne based off that. I think they're just slightly better. Maybe Elliott and Wells out will be massive outs for the Pies. Elliott's really shaped that forward line. I don't know if they are confirmed outs, but we'll find out. And the rest of the teams, North Melbourne, Richmond, Geelong, West Coast, all got a pie there. So they'll have a nice little break there. So thank you for joining in, listening into the tips. Feel free to comment your tips down in the comments below. And that'd be muchly appreciated. Feel free to give the video a like, subscribe as well. And that'd be awesome. We'll catch you guys next time.